Howdy legends, welcome back to Chasing Tangles Fishing Adventures. We have just dunked the boat in. We're launching from Tomahawk. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning. We've got Bazza on board, we've got the young fella Carter, and we're going to head over to the islands and let's just roll with this one, see what we can come across, do a bit of diving, a bit of fishing, a bit of exploring. Hopefully you guys enjoy, so sit back and relax. What an absolute epic morning. Got the bar crusher there ready to rock and roll, so let's get out there and get amongst it, and we'll see you out there. Dive spot number one, about 16 to 17 metres of water. Cruised on down to the bottom and get straight to work. Trying to figure out where we can locate some big boys, hopefully. The terrain around these islands can be pretty difficult. Massive cave systems, extreme current. It can be quite difficult and daunting. The cave systems over there are huge and all the terrain's very similar. So trying to figure out the most likely spot to find crays can be challenging at times. But once you do find one, it's pretty rewarding. A lot of the crays around these islands are massive. I have come across my first cray here. As you can see, he's a well-sized male. And he's got antennas about probably 3/4 of a metre long. And he has just touched the side of me and he is completely out of there. So first one, swing and a miss. That happens at the best of times though. So slide on out of this crack and push on. No point crying over spilt milk. If you do manage to locate one cray, you'll generally find others not too far away. These big males can be slightly more spread out. I've located one here, sort of with a lot of crushed up shells outside of the cave, so I've slowly put my hand there. They're pretty territorial, so he started charging out with my breathing, and then it's just a matter of wait patiently, and boom, got him. And it's fair game on these big boys. They go absolutely apeshit. So get a nice solid grip on him. Be careful where you place your hands, as they are not playing any games, these big ones. They go absolutely mental. And they're not afraid to get a good grip on you as well. So once he slowly settled down, just take a minute to appreciate the sheer size of these crays. They are absolutely incredible creatures. And yeah, once he tames off slightly, can place him in the bag and push on. See if we can locate another one somewhere nearby. So you get one golden opportunity to slide him straight in that bag, because if he gets a grip on that ring, you've got no chance with these big boys. Celebration there. Spirits are high. It's game on. Had a little unexpected guess. This little drags brought shark. Decided he'd bite me on the back of the leg, little bastard. So that was a bit of a surprise. They're normally pretty chill, but maybe this one was having a bad day. But it is what it is. He went the other way and I kept pushing on and seeing if I could locate another one in this area. I have came across a cray deep in this cave system here. Pretty much big enough for a human to slide down in there. He was tucked right up the very back of it. It was a bit light shy, so I've slid right up in there. And I've got in a position where I could go in for the grab, and it is game on. Can't see anything. He's going absolutely ballistic, and I'm trying to reverse out of there. So this was a bit of an interesting situation, but I did have a good grip on him. He was trying to grab out of anything he could to pull back in there. He's got hold of that soft coral, and I'm trying to reverse out of there with him and not have him latch onto me at the same time. Definitely one of the more adventurous ones to get out of there, but we did end up getting out of there. And that is a well-sized bull there. That is a nice male crayfish. He wasn't super friendly either. They definitely don't like playing the game, these island ones. They can be pretty aggressive and they're not afraid of you at all. So, yeah, I've got a good solid grip on him. And once he tamed off slightly, as you can see, he's trying to fairly well lift me. It was time to slowly cruise on up to the surface. And yeah, back to the boat time. We've done it. Day one, crays. The two big boys there. You beauty. with these big male crayfish, I don't like to put two of them in the bag together because they will end up smashing holes in each other, and yeah, they can damage each other quite a lot in a short period of time. So I've got a good grip on that one. Got one in the bag, which is tamed off now, and slowly start cruising them back to the top. They try and eat the GoPro and the bag. Oh, boy. About as keen to come out of the bag as he is. He's got the GoPro, hopefully it's not in pieces. Oh, God. Have a look at that. Oh, he's got it. Have a look at that. Tassie, the Islands, Reds, big, the mighty southern rock lobster. My word, he's friendly too. There you go. That's how it's done. And that's how it's done. Chasing tangles, biggest crays in Tassie. Northeast, the islands, they are all massive, all of them. Have a look at that, absolute cracker of a cray. Southern rock lobster, awesome. Let's go. Alright legends, welcome back to Chasing Tangles. It's day 2. We have camped up at the mooring at Clark Island overnight, so we're about to hit the road, go and do a bit of fishing, wait for it to warm up, maybe go do a bit of a dive, and maybe check out this shipwreck around Clark Island. That's the plan for today. We'll see what rolls on and enjoy. Sit back and enjoy the journey. My word, I am not excited to put on this wetsuit. It is absolutely bloody freezing. I've got one sock on and I'm already having second thoughts about getting in there at the moment, but we'll push on. It's definitely not enjoyable, I can tell you that much. Carter's here, he's having a quick fish. And Bazza, he's having a fish. What an absolute epic morning. Have a look at the backdrop. Cape Barren Island in the background there. Absolute beautiful spot. Preservation Island there and Rum Island. What an absolute incredible morning. My word, it's beautiful. Alright, we've got the dive gear on. It definitely wasn't as bad as I first thought. Beautiful morning. It's just leading up to a high tide, so gonna go dive a spot that's pretty currenty. So we're all ready to rock and roll. Just got the chewing gum in, helps you equalise and shit like that. So yeah, we're ready to rock and roll. Let's get in there and go see if we can find some big boys today. Sit back and enjoy. Day 2, dive spot number 1. A very special place. A lot of mature females around that 3 kilo mark. Not something that's very common or that you see a lot of. I've got one here that's come charged now, so I thought I'd just grab her to show you guys that they are all females. We're very special. We didn't take any. I let her go. These big mature females are very, very important, and they do keep the cycle of life going. So if you do have the opportunity to leave them, my word, please do. So I've come across one here in this crack. You couldn't really get a clear picture, but just taking a moment and enjoy a special encounter with one. They are very inquisitive, and just how sensitive they are to touch and stuff like that with them feelers is incredible. So we do take moments to enjoy special times like this because they are an incredible creature. We've just jumped out of the water in about 22, 23 metres of water. Not a lot of big bulls, a few big females, probably around that 3 kilo mark, which is always good to see. Very, very healthy spot, an absolute incredible bommy. Bit dark down there, but needless to say, it was absolutely awesome to get in there for a dive. It's about 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning, so yeah, we've got the whole day ahead of us, so hopefully some big things to come. Enjoy. Dive spot number 2, it's probably around mid-morning. I've located a nice mature male perched up the front of that hole there. He was definitely well aware of what I was doing. Some of these crays are pretty clever. He wasn't playing no games. He was definitely wasn't too keen on the light or me. He was pretty sensitive and amped up. And on this day, he got the better. he got the upper hand. He won through and through. And sometimes you can just sit back and go, well, he outsmarted me on this occasion. There's no point trying to get in there and, rip his head off or, just try and damage him. He outsmarted me. He won. It's through and through. Fair's fair. I've tried there to ruffle a bit of rock, and normally they'll come charging out, but maybe it wasn't his first time seeing a diver, or he was just like, not today. We'll catch you on the flip side. That's what happens. So, yeah, take a loss and roll with it. Enjoy. It's as good as a win. So I've put the loss in my stride and kept pushing on. Time to hopefully locate another one. Plenty of looking, cave systems. These cracks and caves are absolutely enormous around these islands. Some of them you could park a car in. They are incredible. Very, very special place to dive. A lot of current. Yeah, pretty wild crack system, so it's quite easy for them to outsmart you and get the upper hand. It's their environment, not mine. Not 100% sure if you can tell the sheer volume of fish there following me. There was literally hundreds of them. Silver drummer, boarfish, your zebrafish, literally everything. Leather jackets, blue throat wrasse, your normal wrasse. It was incredible. Do you see that right there? In amongst that weed, that is a serious crayfish. That there is an absolute dinosaur. My word, he is perched up there, sort of out in the open, but he does have a hell of an exit plan. If I screw this up, he is going to be gone through and through. My heart's racing. His feelers are running along the front of my mask. I've got my hand slowly, gently going through the weed there, which he hasn't picked up on yet. He's just running them along my thing, and boom, I've got hold of him. And my word, he is going bonkers. This thing is insane. I have got a fairly good grip on him at the moment, and he is going ballistic. Legs are going everywhere, and I'm just holding on, and he's got hold of my glove, and I'm like, oh shit. At this moment, he's got hold of my finger under there, and he's literally crunching it with his mouth. I was breathing insanely. I was like, this thing is going to break my fingers if I'm not careful here. He is just crushing on them, and he's let go for a second. I'm like, holy shit. And then he's tried to grab hold of me again. I'm just like, man, I cannot catch a break with this. Normally they tame off, and I was just like, man, I need to get this sucker in the bag because this is not going to end well. He was going bonkers. My gloves nearly completely pulled off my left hand there. And he slid straight in there, and I was just like, holy. I actually thought he had broken my finger. The pressure he had on that was next level. Yeah, it was one of them moments that was like, you're just like, shit, do I completely let go? But I think if I'd let go, he would have still had hold of me. So we got him in the bag, and my word, just took a minute, relax, just take a moment to breathe. It was definitely a very adrenaline pumping, amped up situation that didn't go to plan. They are a wild creature, and my word, they can put some serious pressure on you. One error and he could have literally just smashed my finger, which he nearly did. I was quite shocked it didn't snap, but you got to get lucky some days. As you can see, that is a seriously big crayfish. After a bit of time to relax, got the dive torch sorted there, and I have called her a day after this. It was time to relax, take a minute, and slowly cruise back onto the surface. That was me done. I was done diving. I was tired, and yeah, I definitely got my money's worth on this one. That was one hell of a battle. Yeah, very, very epic moment, and definitely got the blood pumping to some next level in that one. Holy. Alright, legends, I've jumped out of the water, diving between 7 and 16 metres of water. We've found a pinnacle here. Pretty awesome dive, pretty special, lots of crays. Not monster ones, but my word, I have found an absolute dinosaur. Have a look at the size of this. I think it's the biggest crayfish I've ever got. This thing is huge. I'm not quite sure. I'll try not to damage him. Holy shit, have a look at that. There. There. If it'll come out of the bag, I think he's nearly broke my finger down there. Holy shit. Try not to get done with. Have a look at that. That is an absolute donkey. My word, that is one big crayfish. One big angry bull. My word, did he give me a battle. Give me my money's worth completely, that one. That is an absolute monster. Alright, that's the biggest crayfish I've ever got. Well over a metre long. That is a very, very special cray. My word. Holy. Garter's got one on. He's living up to his reputation. He's tangled me as well. Look at him go. All sinker, no fish. Got colour, got fish on it. Give him a hand. Get back up there. Yummy. What an absolute incredible last couple of days. Over at the islands, beautiful backdrop, back on the trailer at Tomahawk. What an absolute ending to the last couple of days. Unreal. Beautiful. Couple of absolute donkeys there. Another mission coming to the tail end. Tassie. What a place.